On the win on Sunday, were you at any point a little nervous, or is it just you have Rodgers and game's over?
No, I'm pretty much nervous the whole game, to be honest with you. The last 2 minutes especially, getting up 21-3 there in the first half, then battling back, tying it up there late in the game. We knew it was going to happen. We didn't expect to go in there and pound them. We knew they were going to make their plays. But anytime you got Aaron behind you, obviously you feel like you have a great chance to move the ball no matter how much time's on the clock and go get some points. So definitely one of the best games I've been a part of, no doubt.
The last pass before the field goal, the pass to Cook, who of course did a great job of staying in bounds. What exactly did he call in the huddle? Because there's stories out there he basically made up a play.
Yeah, I don't know what he said to the receivers, but he basically told the line that, he's going to roll out to the left, and that's all he said. So we didn't have a play call. He told us, hey, I'm rolling left. He gave us a snap count, and, I could tell sitting in the huddle there, I don't speak their language, when they're talking about routes, but it seemed like we were in there for about 15 seconds, and we're trying to tell him to hurry. We had about 12 on the clock left, but yeah, it's not the first time he's done that. He's come in some big plays and said, hey, this is what I'm going to do up front. You guys, I'm going to roll out this way, just hook them, and I'll get outside the pocket, and we'll make something happen. But, man, his confidence at that point in the game, I think it really settled everybody in the huddle down because we had just taken a sack. I mean, at that point, everybody in our minds kind of thinking, all right, let's get ready for overtime. He comes out, and one more play obviously makes a huge one for us, gives us the chance to kick the field goal. I mean, it's just he's just playing lights out right now.
TJ, you guys were obviously 4-6 at one point during the regular season. You've won out since that time. You played the first weekend of the NFL playoffs with the win over the Giants. The Cowboys didn't. They had the bye week. In a way, are you guys glad that you've just been able to keep it rolling? Sometimes I feel like the bye week is a negative for a certain team, and I was thinking with a rookie like Dak Prescott, whereas you guys are a veteran team, you just keep doing your thing. Do you think that helped you going into that game?
I think it did, yeah. I think, mentally I think it did. I think anytime you go out in that first round and you get a big win, it definitely gives you a lot of momentum going to the next game. Physically, I think, having the bye is definitely beneficial for the teams. I mean, we're a team that we had our bye week week 4. I mean, so we played 3 games. We came back 13 straight, and we've just been going at it for a while now. So we definitely would have appreciated a bye to help rest bodies a little bit. But anytime you're on a roll like we are, finishing with 6 straight wins, you want to line up each and every Sunday. You don't want to take a chance to lose that momentum, lose that confidence at all. And I think it definitely played a big part for us.
Speaking of on a roll, Rodgers, everybody's talking about. I mean, look, you've seen him be great for a long time. Is this stretch the best he's ever been? And is there something you can pinpoint and say about why he's so unbelievable right now?
Yeah, I can't pinpoint anything, but I would say these last 8 games is definitely the best I've seen him play in my time. Just to look at his stats the last 8 weeks, turning the ball over 1 time, actually twice. He fumbled a snap against Houston, but we won that game, so nobody really remembers it. But 2 turnovers in the last 8 games, obviously won them all. I mean, his touchdown, the interception ratio is just unbelievable right now. I think it's the decision making. I think he's playing a lot faster. He's seeing routes develop, and he's obviously giving our guys a chance to go make plays. I think earlier in the season when we struggled, I think we didn't really have that chemistry we needed on offense necessarily with the routes, the timing. Everything was just off by a split second. And I think that's been the biggest change is really, we've been playing on time. If we've got a 3-step drop called, it's 1, 2, 3 balls coming out. That was something we struggled at early in the year and weren't being very successful there in offense. So I can't really pinpoint one thing, but his confidence level that he's playing with right now is just unbelievable. I mean, even in the Dallas game, we blow a big lead, we get down, he comes in the huddle and he's, hey guys, we're going to win this thing. We're going to make some plays. We're going to go down here and win this thing. And it really calmed everybody down. He's just playing with a tremendous amount of confidence, and it's really rubbing off on the rest of the guys. So.
TJ Lang with us, of course, Brother Rice product, Eastern Michigan product, now with the Packers going to the Pro Bowl this year, although he, of course, hopes not to play in the Pro Bowl and be getting ready for the Super Bowl with the NFC Championship game coming up on Sunday. You mentioned the three-step drop, 1, 2, 3, and it's out. I hate to do this to Lions fans, but take us back to the 9-second or 10-second play, that touchdown pass late in that game where it just seemed like the play went on forever. What do you remember from that play? Was your back to Rodgers? Were you just blocking and blocking and blocking? And you must have assumed the ball was out at a certain point, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's, late in the drive like that, you get down to the red zone. We understand that that's an area of the field where he really likes to extend the plays because, hey, you make a trip to the red zone, you want to score touchdowns. You feel dejected putting in all that work coming off with 3 points. So we know that that's an area of the field where he likes to scramble around, buy some time, and put it in the end zone. But from that play, I mean, hell, after about 5-6 seconds, your legs start to go dead on you a little bit. You just you try to read the defender's body language to see which way their eyes are going, kind of figure out where Aaron's going back there. And it's hard to keep up with him for that long. But, I think we've had a lot of experience doing it. I mean, it's just vintage Aaron Rodgers sitting back there, bouncing to one side, rolling out to the other. And us up front, we understand that when we give them time like that, our reward is obviously scoring those touchdowns. It's pretty dejecting when you go back and you roll around for 8-9 seconds and then he just lobs it out of bounds and you waste all that energy for nothing. But that was obviously a huge play in the game for us. I think anytime you can extend the play for that long, I think it really wears the defense down physically and mentally. At that point they just feel dejected. What do we got to do to bring this guy down, get some pressure on him? And it's just something that we've had a lot of reps at this season. Seems like more than we've had in the past. So I think the more experience you have with it, the better you can understand and anticipate when those plays are going to come, where he's going to move, and just try to hold on to your ass for however long it takes.
Now, speaking of holding on to something, your chin strap disappeared.
I knew you were going to bring it up.
What happened there? You got to get that taken care of so you don't miss plays this weekend.
Yeah, no, I never had that happen before in my life. I mean, I didn't know what to do. I felt my helmet was all jacked up. I reached over to buckle it up, and it literally it broke right in half. And half my chin strap's on my helmet, the other half sitting on the ground, and I'm looking at the sideline trying to get somebody in to come help me, and I try to take a knee so they could give us a timeout. The ref comes up, and if you're not hurt, you got to get off the field. So I think we had about 10 seconds on the play clock at that. I run off the field. We end up taking a timeout, but that's something that's never happened to me before. It always, it comes unbuckled once in a while, but I've never had my helmet strap rip in half. I mean, that was a pretty hard contact for that to happen. You
guys are in Atlanta for the NFC Championship game on Sunday. I'm not going to. You've had a lot of success on the road. I mean, the year you guys won the Super Bowl, you were away from Lambeau the entire time. I'd hate to bring up Seattle, but you obviously outplayed them for most of that game. So going on the road into a hostile environment is really nothing for this team, is it?
Well, I mean, I think it's still a challenge, especially early in the game. We know that it's going to be a heck of an environment. I mean, last game down there at that stadium, those fans are going to be jacked up. I mean, that's something that always causes problems is the noise, it limits your communication. But this team is just, I mean, it takes a lot to face us. It takes a lot to rattle us. I mean, just the adversity we've overcome this year, sitting at 4-6, ripping off 6 straight. I mean, there's so many instances this season where, we've just shown how resilient we are as a football team, being able to overcome these things. And at this point, we don't really care where we play. I mean, we've got a lot of confidence right now. We've won 8 straight. We knocked off the Giants, who are a hell of a team. We knocked off the Cowboys, obviously one of the best teams in the league this year. We've just got a lot of momentum on our side, a lot of confidence, and we know this weekend is going to be a hell of a challenge because their offense. If there's anybody that might be hotter than us, it's Atlanta. So. We're kind of preparing. Hey, if we got to get into a shootout, that's the type of game that we're not afraid to play. So, it's definitely going to be a big challenge for us. But hey, we're just going to keep doing what we've been doing these last 8 weeks. It's been an awesome ride. We didn't come all this way just to lose. So we're gonna leave it out on that field, man. We got to get it done this weekend.
Didn't they beat you 33-32 down there early in the season, right?
Yeah, we lost by 1. They scored with like 30 seconds left to go up on us, and we had a chance there at the end of the game, about 30 seconds, just like this past week. Couldn't get it done. Ended up going 4 and out, missing out 4th down, and they ended up winning the game. It was a hell of a battle, though.
All right.
TJ, really appreciate the time. Congrats on the Pro Bowl selection. Congrats on the success so far in the playoffs, and best of luck against Atlanta. We really appreciate the time, man.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
All right, thanks a lot. TJ Lang,
Thanks.
local guy making very good in Green Bay. Packers in the NFC Championship game against the Falcons. Jamie and Stoney, 97 won the ticket.